Hey y'all, I'm Janet, and I'm not buying a Switch 2 at launch. Probably. Here's why. The Nintendo Switch 2 is set to launch on June 5th, and it has sparked significant controversy and criticism since its reveal. The primary points of contention revolve around pricing. The console itself is priced at about $450. I think that's pretty reasonable given PlayStation and Xbox prices. Also, the Switch 2 has upgraded hardware. It has a larger 1080p LCD screen, and when it's docked, it has enhanced performance capabilities. I am very excited about the frame rates and that 4K on TV. I think that's going to be great. I'm also happy with other hardware decisions, like 8 times more storage than the Switch 1. It has integrated game chat now. That's going to be fun. GameCube access, because I do love the GameCube had so many great games. I am so excited about that. It has Switch 1 backwards compatibility, and again, the frame rates. I am so happy that Nintendo is taking frame rates seriously for once. But I'm not happy with reports that the games will be region locked. And now I can't find where Nintendo has confirmed or denied this, but I am very concerned because I buy physical games mostly for the Switch. And I've bought physical Japanese Switch 1 games that weren't given US physical releases. And because they weren't region locked, I was able to play them in US English just fine. So will I be able to play my Japanese physical Switch Okami on the Switch 2? It's very uncertain, and Nintendo hasn't really said anything. It's not on their website. I don't know. I hope it's not going to be region locked, because I really enjoyed being able to purchase Switch 1 games from pretty much anywhere that I wanted to. The pricing of Switch 2 games has drawn a lot of criticism, and frankly, I'm one of them. I do not like the idea of almost $100 for a game. Y'all, that is awful. A lot of, I think the criticism, though, is because of confusion. Social media channels, reported that first-party titles were going to have a different cost for digital and physical games, and I can't find anywhere that lists them at different prices in the US. Best Buy lists Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza physical games at the same price as their digital, somewhere around $80. Now, that's a huge increase from the $60 standard of the original Switch, and it's $70 is not unheard of for a lot of games, especially for AAA games. But that $80 price tag isn't outrageous. I don't like it. It's not unexpected. Given inflation, I think we probably all should have expected it. Another source of criticism is the reported use of game key cards for physical titles. And so these cards contain absolutely no data. All they are is proof of purchase, and you put them in and you download the whole game. For those of us who collect physical media, this is very frustrating, though I'm not as upset about this as I am about the idea of the games being region locked. If I thought that all Switch 2 games were on a game key card, I would be fired up. But thus far, it appears that the game key cards are going to be used by third-party developers. So I will not be purchasing these game key cards, and I'm not happy that I'll be missing out on some games. But it's not enough to keep me from purchasing a Switch 2 at launch. So why am I not buying a Switch 2 at launch? The games. As much as I love Mario Kart, it's not a system seller for me, especially now that I really don't have anyone to play it with. And I've always felt very meh about Donkey Kong. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. I've had fun playing Donkey Kong games, but Donkey Kong Country was hilarious. They're fine, but I'm probably not going to end up buying a Donkey Kong game for the Switch 2 just simply because I don't love them. It's not a system seller for me. I do love that we're getting Wind Waker and Mario Sunshine via the GameCube, but I already have both of those games on 2 different consoles. And since it doesn't appear that Wind Waker and Mario Sunshine are going to be upgraded or remastered in any way, I don't feel the need to buy a Switch 2 just to play them. Speaking of Zelda, I really love both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and I look forward to playing the newer Switch 2 versions of them in 4K with better frame rates. It appears that Nintendo fixed, all the All of the frame drops, and oh, it was awful in the forest with the little Koroks. It was awful. So much going on. The poor Switch 1 just couldn't handle it. But I'm not going to buy a Switch 2 at $450 just for those two games when I already own them. I mean, I want to play them in 4K with better frames, but not for $450. And as much as I can't wait for a wireless GameCube controller, I'm not going to buy another console just for that. I mean, it is the best controller ever made. It fits my hand like no other controller ever has, and I love it much. I can't wait to be able to use it, but I'm not buying a console just for the controller. And also there are some rumors that the GameCube controller is restricted to GameCube game use only. So you're not going to be able to use it on just any old game you want, which is kind of a bummer because like I said, I do love that controller. So when am I going to buy a Switch 2? Well, they're going to have to announce a game that I want, like a new Zelda or a Fire Emblem or, Okami 2 or Mario Galaxy 3. If they have a special edition Twilight Princess version of a Switch 2, I will be all over that. I will pre-order. I will wait in line, camp out in Best Buy's sidewalk. I will be right there. And yeah, Nintendo, you need a special edition Twilight Princess Switch 2. I'm just saying. Please. In the meanwhile, I have a backlog on the Steam and the Switch. Heck, I think I have some unplayed games on my 3DS. And I've always got my favorite games on those consoles and on Steam. Since I'm switching my primary PC gaming to GOG, I've got that to wait on, while Nintendo gets me the game I want. Oh, and I'm working on a video about why I'm switching to GOG. I hope you look forward to it. Has to do with physical games and property rights and intellectual property and all that good stuff. Please look forward to it. And thank you for sticking with me this whole time. This is another long one. I appreciate you. Thank you.